Good day, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Kathy W. Warm welcome to Yarn with Heart, to all who've been here before, and to everyone who is popping in for the first time. So happy that we can all get together today on November 15th, and I hope that you all had a good week. Today we will be chatting about some interesting yarn and projects that I've been busy with. So let's all grab our cup and settle in for a bit of a visit. If you are a person who loves yarn, loves to knit, or loves crochet, or any of those three, I'm so happy that you're here. Let's all start with a reminder that there will be a slideshow on the first Monday of December, on December 2nd. The color of the month that we are working with this time is your favorite color, or your friend or family member's favorite color if you are making a gift. And the item that you are making doesn't have to be all in that color. As long as it is somewhere in the item, that is wonderful. We are using a leftover or scraps or minis, or try something new with. And it is a make along, so it doesn't have to be yarn. It can be any kind of scrap, leftover, and a craft that you have wondered about trying. If you would like to try a small project, something new that you have wondered about learning and would like to send me a picture, then you can be part of the slideshow on December 2nd. You can watch the November 4th video for more information and to see last month's slideshow if you would like. And please get your submission pictures to me for this one by the end of day on November 27th, as I am new to putting together slideshows, and the extra time to get that one ready is very helpful to me. Now here is my yarn that I will be using for this month's Make Along project. I'm contributing a picture as well. I have made some things with mosaic crochet before, and I've always wondered about trying that technique with my knitting. So my project for this month will be using the mosaic knitting technique. If it works with these colors, I would like to use the scrap that I have left over after making Miss Sassafras. And for all those people who are new, let me reach here. This is Miss Sassafras. She's the first and only time that I've made an amigurumi, so I would like this coming year to practice more and maybe make a few more of the knit or crochet amigurumis. That's one of my goals for the coming year. So she's in some of my favorite colors. Now I have a runner-up just in case this doesn't work, because it's got the variegated yarns. I do have a runner-up yarn to work with, and I guess you have to have a dark color and a light color, so I did pick this to go along with. So hopefully it will go with one of these. I'd like to hear in the comments if people suggest one or the other. Any of you mosaic knitting people who have experience, would you suggest one or the other of these? So please let me know what you think. There we go. So thank you so much to those who have questions that you would like to ask me, ones for me to answer during November. And today, again, there are 2 questions for me, and I might try to answer them together as the answers are related. The two questions are, who inspired me to start my own YouTube channel? And the second question, do I have a recommendation of one or two YouTubers who are teachers for absolute beginners? And that was related to crochet. Thank you so much for both of these questions. And I don't think I can answer one without answering the other. So 12 or 13 years ago, when I was first learning crochet, I started trying to learn by looking in a book and following pictures. But we all have different ways of learning, and for me, that book and picture way didn't work out well at all. When it comes to learning, there will be all kinds of teachers, all kinds of styles of teaching, and fortunately, there is a way of learning for everyone. Luckily for me back then, I found YouTube and a few teachers who explained things in a way that I could understand. And among those were Marley from Marley Bird and Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. For me, those are two from my early days that I remember getting skills from in the start. Of course, along the way, I found so many other amazing people, and I realized that everyone has something to say that I can learn from. And that includes all of you who watch here and the comments that you share about crochet, knitting, and other lifey things. There is so much creatively happening in this YouTube world, and it's great that we can all be lifelong learners from each other, as we really are a community of people who enjoy many of the same things and also blossom and learn through our differences too. And the next part of the question, who inspired me to start my own YouTube channel? Well, for a number of years, I was home quite a lot because of health-related situations. The volunteering that I enjoyed doing most was not as available, and I really wanted to reach out socially to others, to meet people who had interests in crochet, knitting, and yarn, and also was looking for a way to continue to give back in some way. That was one of the inspirations for me, but it took me years to get the courage to finally start Yarn with Heart. So many creators and teachers on YouTube inspired me, starting with those who I learned crochet from, and over the years included so many people who I chatted with in emails, in comments, and also in real life. Those who became a part of my yarn life, whether for a brief time or for a long time. I kept hoping I would be brave enough to start a cozy spot in the YouTube world where we all could look forward to Fridays, grab cups and hooks or needles and settle in for a visit. Maybe someone would see a project to try, or get inspired to try something, or maybe just enjoy the visit and reach out by comments or email. Yeah, so that was that inspiration, and the final big inspiration came in September 2023 in the middle of a live by Angela at My Precious Yarnery. I had an unposted video on my camera, one I had tried doing in September 2022, and I was too shy to do anything with. In the middle of Angela's live, a full year later in September 2023, Angela said, The first video is always the hardest, and just do a 10-minute video. You're going to feel nervous because everyone does, and post it anyway. That is what I did in September 2023. I am also so grateful to 3 amazing people who took the time to comment on the first video and to send me encouragement to keep going. And here we all are, over a year later. It would never have happened without everyone. Really, it does take a village. And thank you so much to all of you for being here, part of this village, so we can learn, share, and have a visit together each Friday. So definitely keep the questions coming. I'm happy to hear from you as I think of you all in Yarn with Heart community as my yarn friends. If you have anything that you've wondered, either about the channel or about me, please email or comment throughout the month to let me know. And today I will be chatting with you about 2 completed shawls, my first knit sweater, hooray, it's finished, and about adding some yarn to a special box. Some of you know about that box. And this week's washcloth. For next week, I'm very excited about something planned this Saturday. Jeff and I will be taking a road trip to visit 2 YouTube friends in person, and they're going to be busy at market, so probably Jeff and I won't be able to visit them long, but it will be wonderful to see them in person and to do a bit of Christmas shopping. Hoping to share about that visit on my next Friday video. I will try to remember to take pictures this time, and I'm going to have a start on my something new make along project. So thank you for taking the time to pop in and watch, and let's see what the yarn adventure is for today. As promised, I have something to add to the 500 subscriber gift box. These will be in addition to the yarns that you saw earlier in the November 1st video. And if you missed that first video, you can still watch it and get a first entry in on the wheel. Thanks to all of you. Here we are, over 500 subscribers, actually over 600 now. The other items from me that will be added to the gift box will be a choice for the winner. Either 2 hanks of Barocco DK in the color chocolate. This is the color 2179. There we go. And these are 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon, and there's 2 of them. That's one choice. Or the other choice would be, pardon the crinkling, from Expression Fiber Art, 2 hanks of Expression Fiber Art's Affirmation Fingering. And this is 100% wool. I noticed that Affirmation Fingering is limited edition, where leftover fibers are spun into upcycled yarn. It is a mix of various wool types, and because it's 100% wool, without any softer fibers like silk or cashmere wool woven in, it's a slightly more rustic feel than some of their other yarns. That said, it is still very nice. Now, letting you know that the places where I purchased any yarn I show information about any patterns that I talk about and all the people that I mention, that information is always in the description box. Now, if you'd like to be part of this draw, there will be one spin to win all the wool in this box, and one of the ways to add your name on the wheel of names and to have a chance to win. Please don't say giveaway in the comments. The secret word is either to use Barocco or EFA in the comments, identifying which of those two yarns you would prefer if you are the lucky winner. And I will add your name to the wheel. If you would like 2 entries on the wheel, please watch the November 1st video to see how to get that second entry. And one lucky person will win this box of yarn and goodies. The draw will happen on November 27th. Now, if you have put in a comment and have not seen a reply or a heart from me, try putting another comment on those videos or email me, because I want to make sure that everyone who would like to enter has gotten their entry in on the wheel. Of course, everything in this gift will be items I have purchased, and YouTube has nothing to do with this. Anyone age 18 and older can enter. I will pay shipping anywhere in the world where the prize is allowed to get the box to the winner. The winner will be responsible for any duty, taxes, or extra charges beyond that, and all the rules are in the description box if you would like to read them. Something I need to let everyone know, there will continue to be wheel spins for the Something New make-along each month. And for the subscriber milestones, after this 500 subscriber one, I will wait until the channel reaches 1,000 subscribers for the next big draw, because this is the last subscriber milestone draw for a while. It'll probably take a while to get 1,000. I'm going to get a bigger box and add in a few of my favorite acrylic things to this prize. Those will be a surprise, and what I add in will depend on what will fit in that box. So if you would like to be sure to see the November 27th video, you might want to select the Notify All bell. That's on the subscriber area, and watch for the November 27th video. It's not necessary to be a subscriber to win this prize though. So just one moment while I just move this out of this area, and I'll chat a bit about the crochet and knitting I've been busy with this week. There we go. So for finished items, I got to make a candy cane washcloth this week as part of Laura's Wednesday Wipeout Crochet Along. There we go. The pattern is in a book of 52 washcloth patterns. Laura's pick for this coming week is going to be one of the easier ones. At least I think it will be easy to make and super cute. I have a bit of a routine now. Sunday night, I'm looking for something where I don't have to struggle to find the right yarn or the right pattern or the right hook size. I get the colors of cotton I need all set up in the box beside my chair. I always use a 4.5 millimeter hook on these, so I know the hook size. And then doing my washcloth for the week has become my Sunday night project. So that's been quite good. And this was the one that I did this past week. The next two items are both shawls, and then I have my sweater to show after that. I completed that one. Now, there were a few mistakes in that sweater, but it wasn't too bad for my first sweater. Now, this shawl that I will show, I made using colors from Rosanna's book cover of the month, Make Along. I'll put a picture up here of the book. I used yarn from a tangle bag that I got from Cambridge Fibers. Both the gray and the black were from those bags. The book for the month was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. It's called The Such Simple Shawl by Wilma Westenberg from Wilma Made. There we go. I used a 6mm hook, and the pattern was free on the website, or there's a purchased one available on Ravelry. Here. And I trimmed it with the black. All of the variation was in the yarn that I got from the tangle bag. This at the end was also a tangle bag yarn in the black. The pattern called for DK weight, and I decided to make it with this worsted weight yarn. Now the second shawl was also for a crochet along. I used colors from Judy's Bird of the Month, Make Along. I'll put a picture of the bird again up in the corner. And the colors that I used, I'll show you the yarns. I started with full balls of these. There. I used the colors Winter White, Walnut, and Chocolate. Those went pretty well with the bird, I thought. And the pattern was the Spring Showers Shawl by Maria Bittner from Pattern Paradise website. I used the free version of this shawl. She had the free version on her website. There's also a paid pattern available on Ravelry. And again, this was a very well written pattern, and I really like how it worked up. I'll be looking for more of both Wilma and Maria's patterns in the future. This is quite a nice size shawl. There, I don't know if I mentioned this one. I used a 5.5mm hook. And the final item for this week, after a few stops and starts, I finished knitting my first ever sweater. So this is kind of an exciting day for me. Now I used less than 1 large skein of the Lion Brand Pound of Love. This was in the cherry color. I made the size D in the pattern, and I used a 6mm needles in the body and a 5mm needles for all of the trim areas. The final, there, I like this sweater. I like the way it turned out. The final measurements for my sweater, allowed for a lot of ease, and I might have been able to size down to a size C. As for me, this has 8 inches of ease in total. The sweater armpit to armpit measure is 25 inches. I don't know what typical measurements people take, so these are just the ones that I thought to take from here to here, 25 inches. And I took a measurement from this center of the front down to the end of the cuff. That was 29 inches. And the sleeve from the armpit to the end of the cuff is 15 inches. And the front total length on the front from here to the bottom of the sweater is 21 inches. So if there's people who make a lot of sweaters, maybe you could let me know what measurements you usually take. Yeah, it's all a learning curve for me. So I learned a lot using the sweater pattern and would definitely return to the video tutorial even when I'm making other future patterns. I found the instruction clear and helpful. And as I mentioned when I was answering the question at the beginning of the video, I'm very much a visual learner, so having the tutorial really was a good thing for me. Now, I have a couple of works in progress that I didn't touch this week. That will be for another day, and maybe we can talk about those next week. So to everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your crochet. Enjoy your knitting, and hope to see you next Friday.